Now, in addition to focusing on apprehending those who stormed the Capitol this week, investigators are working to determine what went wrong that allowed the security breaches to even occur. At the same time, they are monitoring chatter on social media about potential plans for more violence in the coming weeks surrounding the inauguration. And to break down these questions, we do welcome to NewsNation Chief James Craig of the Detroit Police Department. Chief Craig, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you, Nicole. Glad to be here on WGN.
Well, can you tell us, what are your thoughts on the response by Capitol Police Wednesday? What do you think went right and what went wrong?
Well, let me first start with what went wrong. When I look at this situation, I echo the sentiments of one of my colleagues out of Houston, the president of Major City Chiefs, Art Acevedo. We both agree this was a total lack of leadership, no planning. There is no way they didn't know that there would be some issues on that date. There was intelligence, the FBI reached out, the National Guard reached out, they refused. And you're talking about a department of 2,300. And what I've learned, maybe 450 were deployed for this incident. Why would you do that? You're setting yourself up for failure. And the unfortunate thing, there's a loss of life, 5 lives lost, and certainly our prayers go out to Capitol Police Officer Brian Sicknick. This could have been avoided. And I echo what the union president for Capitol Police said, a failure of leadership. It didn't have to happen. You know what's so interesting? So here in Detroit, there were no perceived or real threats to what would happen on that particular day, but we had planned, we anticipated, and we had assets ready to respond in the event there was going to be some form of attack. But you're talking about the U.S. Capitol, and they did nothing. In fact, what was most troubling about what I saw in the video is it seemed at some point that these domestic terrorists were escorted into the Capitol. And then there were Capitol police officers retreating. Now, I'm not blaming the boots on the ground, the police officers. This is strictly a leadership issue, in my judgment.
Well, Chief Craig, what do you think went right? I know you mentioned you focused on what went wrong there. What went right?
It's hard to say what went right when we're talking about loss of life. You know, I would tell you what went right is Metropolitan Police Department did respond in after the fact. Unfortunately, the violence had started. They were able to get in, and within 4 hours, they were able to get everyone out of the Capitol. They made a number of arrests. Of course, we now know 50 officers were injured in this melee. So more went wrong than right. But the good news was that in the end, after the fact, there was some coordination, but that should have happened well before this event. They had to have known. And so the chief's decision to step down makes good sense. But there's some issues there. You know what's interesting, in the weeks and days of protests that we dealt with, like many cities, Chicago, Los Angeles, over the summer, we planned and we responded to any threats. We watched with intensity what was going on in other parts of the country. And as it turned out, we were able to respond to any threat. And it worked. Detroit was one of the few big cities that didn't burn. There was no looting. And it was because of training and being responsive and having enough resources to deal with any threat.
Well, Chief Craig, we heard from the mayor after the fact, just clarifying that Capitol Police are separate from D.C. Police. And as you mentioned, we do know the chief of the Capitol Police resigned. Why do you think that was a necessary move?
Well, when you talk about leadership, the buck stops here. You know, when there's a leadership failure, the tone of any police department or any corporation starts at the top. And clearly it was a failure. How do you have your department escorting these individuals inside? I understand there were even selfies taken. And here's what's most troubling about this whole incident. How much has the Capitol Police said to the American public about what took place? Now, of course, the common response is always, well, we have to do a proper investigation. Well, as a municipal police chief, like my colleagues, we don't have the opportunity to wait for weeks and months until we do a proper investigation. The public wants to know, why did the Air Force veteran, she was breaking in, she was shot fatally. Can someone tell us why that happened? And then why was there only 450 Capitol Police officers deployed for an event like this? And there was already intelligence out there suggesting, you know what, things could go bad.
Absolutely. Well, Chief Craig, we only have time for one more question, but we do know that there are rumblings of more possible unrest next Sunday, so a week from tomorrow. I know when it comes to intelligence, there's only so many things that can be shared, but how does law enforcement prepare when there really are so many unknowns?
I call it a constant state of readiness. That's what we do here in Detroit. You certainly pay attention to the intelligence. You plan, and you deploy, and you train. That's how you stay ahead of it. And so, frankly, when we look at, and as you indicated, the mayor recognizes that that's federal property, but it's not like that agency can't coordinate with the municipal police department and the FBI. They made the offer. And obviously they made the offer because they knew that there was intelligence to support it. There would be violence or a high probability of violence. It was a failure. And so what do you tell the family of Police Officer Sicknick? We failed. We failed your loved one. And it's troubling, deeply troubling.
Well, Chief James Craig, more than 44 years of law enforcement experience, Chief of Detroit's Police Department, we thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you so much, and you have a great night.